Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the NBA slate on Draftkings for Monday, May the 1st. We do have two games tonight on Monday night. We got game one of the Sixers and Celtics series, so we got a new series kicking off on Monday, and then we have game two of the Suns and Nuggets series. So a little two-game slate. We're going to go game by game, guys, kind of give you a quick preview of this slate, what I do like, taking a first look on a Sunday night when I'm recording this video. But as always, before we do get started with the breakdown, if you guys do enjoy these DFS videos and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you have never checked out PrizePicks before, PrizePicks is the sponsor of this video. You guys can actually sign up for PrizePicks and use my promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And for those of you that have never heard about PrizePicks, they are a player prop site. Very simple, very easy to use. You're just taking more or less on a player's projection. It's as simple as that. You can see some of the props that they already have posted for Monday's games. They have a ton of NBA props. They also have other sports as well. So if you like to look at MLB, soccer, esports, whatever it may be, PrizePicks probably offers it. PrizePicks, they do offer a ton of different sports. So you can mix and match sports. You can make multi-sport entries. It's a lot of fun. You guys should definitely be playing on PrizePicks. If you're not signed up for PrizePicks yet, again, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through this Monday night slate, and we'll start off with the first game of the night, the Celtics and the Sixers. So we'll start off on the Boston side. Boston's pretty much coming into this series fully healthy. No injuries to really talk about right now, so we can expect really big minutes for Jason Tatum, for Jaylen Brown. We saw in their series against the Hawks, these guys were playing like 40 minutes a night in competitive games. Tatum was getting, pretty much, you look at his game log, 40, 40, 40, 39, 38, 40. He's pretty much going to play 38, 39, 40 minutes here if it's a competitive game. The matchup against the Celtics, against the Sixers, I don't think is like the best. The Sixers are a good defensive team. They play at a really slow pace. I think in general you're going to see some lower scoring games in this series, just because these two teams do play really good defense and they don't really play that fast. Still Tatum's going to play huge minutes. It's a two-game slate. Clearly he is in play. I don't think he's my favorite pay-up option though. We'll talk about KD and Booker. We'll talk about Jokic. On the other side of this game, you have Harden playing without Joel Embiid. So Tatum's kind of towards the bottom of my list. I think the same could be said for Jaylen Brown. Not that I think these guys are going to have a bad game or anything. It's just that, compared to a lot of the other pay-up options on this slate, there's other guys I would rather pay up for. So both Brown and Tatum, they're fine, but not priorities for me. Marcus Smart and Derek White, where they're priced at, I think they're both fine, but not priorities here. Smart, he wasn't playing like huge minutes in their Atlanta series. He was only playing like 32, 33 minutes a night. We didn't really see Smart ever play like 37, 38, 39 minutes like Tatum and Brown were. Even Derek White at times would get up to 36, 37, 38 minutes. So the minute ceiling on Smart doesn't seem to be super high. But even in like 32, 33 minutes, he's been putting up some really good games. The role is very secure. Worst case scenario, you're getting like 31, 32 minutes from Smart. He's never been a guy that has like a huge ceiling, but at 5,700, I think he is playable. I think Derek White at 5,600 is a fine play as well. I think between the two, I would probably prefer Smart over White, but I don't mind going to either one. And then the rest of the Celtics, it'll be interesting to see how the Celtics, play this series. Like if they, keep starting Derek White, if they maybe start Robert Williams. Given they're not going to have to face Joel Embiid this first game, maybe they just keep Horford in there at center. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you do see them maybe put Robert Williams in the starting lineup at some point later down the road in the series when Embiid's healthy. But Horford's, going to play a good amount of minutes. I will say that when Joel Embiid is playing, whether it's, next game or whatever, they do like Horford guarding Embiid. And Horford we have seen play really big minutes against Philly in the past just because they like him defensively against Embiid. So the minutes should be pretty secure for Horford in this series. They were pretty secure in their Atlanta series. That didn't really result in many good games. Like Horford's not a guy at this point in his career that really has a big ceiling. But the minutes are secure. He's only 5,200. He's okay. Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench is going to play anywhere from like 24 to 28 minutes. I think at 4,900 he is a solid value. Not a guy that I would really prioritize, but I think he's totally fine to go to. And then Robert Williams coming off the bench. Minutes kind of fluctuated in that Atlanta series. There were a few games where he really got up there in minutes, played 29, 27. Their most recent game, though, he went back down to 17 minutes. So wide range of outcomes here with Robert Williams. The minutes, I don't think are like huge. Like they're not guaranteed. Like it's not a guarantee that he's going to play 30 minutes, but If he does, I mean, we saw, what was it, game 4 against Atlanta? He got 29 minutes and had 44 DraftKings points. Now, this matchup against the Sixers, I don't think is nearly as good as facing Atlanta, but clearly Robert Williams is a guy that can produce when he gets minutes. He's definitely someone I think you can take a shot on in GPPs. I don't expect his ownership to be too high, even on a 2-game slate. So I did want to mention him. Nothing else, though, from Boston I'm interested in. So let's talk about the other side of this game now with Philly. And for the Sixers, the big news for the Sixers today is that Joel Embiid, it doesn't look like he's going to play in this game. Again, I'm recording this video on Sunday afternoon, so we don't really have any update yet on Embiid, but the reports are that he is doubtful. He has the right knee injury that he suffered is considered to be more serious than a grade 1 LCL sprain. So given that report, I think it means pretty likely that Embiid sits here and doesn't play. But it is the playoffs, and we've seen in the playoffs before, guys will be doubtful and then they'll wind up playing. I'm going into this slate assuming Embiid doesn't play. Obviously, if he does, we'll kind of readjust. But expecting Embiid to be out, I mean, you obviously have to look to some of these Sixers guys. Now, the matchup here against Boston is not great. Boston's a good defensive team. They play slow, but there's just going to be so much usage available for James Harden, for Tyrese Maxey, for Tobias Harris. And we saw in the one game without Embiid in their series against Brooklyn, Harden was solid, had 48 DK points, played 40 minutes in that game. Tyrese Maxey wasn't as good, but he also had a very poor shooting game, shot 6 for 20, but he still played 39 minutes, had 30 DraftKings points. And then Tobias Harris was really good in that game without Embiid. He put up 48 DraftKings points in 37 minutes. Where these guys are priced at, $6,400 for Harris, $6,900 for Maxey, $8,800 for Harden. They all look very good to me, assuming Embiid's out. Now, obviously, if Embiid plays, that changes things, but I'm expecting Embiid to be out, and if he is, really like all those guys, Harden, Maxey, and Harris. I could definitely see playing like 2 of them together. Could you play all 3 in the same lineup? I think you could, just because I think the usage is going to be so condensed around those 3 guys that I'm definitely interested in these Sixers guys. They're just too cheap here without Embiid. And then Paul Reed, we did see him start the last game without Embiid, and I'm assuming Paul Reed's going to start again here. Paul Reed is a really good per-minute producer. He's always been a player that can put up a good game when he gets minutes. We saw him play 32 minutes in the game that he started against Brooklyn. Clearly, this matchup is not nearly as good. I mean, Boston's been one of the best interior defenses, but if we're getting 30 minutes from Paul Reed, even in a tough matchup, he's a good enough per-minute producer that he can put up a good game at 5,300. So really like Paul Reed, assuming that he does start here. And then looking at some of the bench guys from Philly, like D'Anthony Melton, I think could pick up some more usage off the bench. He did get up to 28 minutes in the last game without Embiid. I don't mind going to him here at 4K. I think he is firmly in play as a value option. PJ Tucker, don't really think he gets a boost at all. Don't really know if anyone else gets a big boost. Like, I think if I'm going to play any value guy from Philly, it's going to be Melton. Not super interested in the rest of these guys. So I think that's it for the Sixers. Again, big news here is just, kind of keeping an eye on the status of Joel Embiid. But for now, at the time I'm making this video, signs are pointing to him not playing. So, just going to assume that's the case. But let's talk about the other game, the Suns and the Nuggets. So we'll start off on the Denver side. And for Denver, for this team, for me lately, it's just kind of been the Jokic and Murray show. Like, those are the 2 guys I'm really kind of looking to prioritize, like, in terms of, rostering. I just haven't really been rostering Aaron Gordon or Michael Porter Jr. or really anyone else on this team. Just because, like, these guys don't have, like, the ceiling that Jokic and Murray do. I mean, Porter's been pretty good in the playoffs, but at 6,100, not super interested in him. Aaron Gordon at 5,800 is fine, but, like, I'm not super interested in him. Gordon did have a pretty good game in game 1 of this series. He did play really big minutes, and I think they do want Gordon out there for defensive purposes against Kevin Durant. So I guess if I had to roster anyone other than Jokic or Murray, it would be Gordon for me. But, like, I'm not really considering anyone else on Denver. And then, obviously, Jokic and Murray both look really good. I mean, Jokic going to play really big minutes. He put up 55 DraftKings points in Game 1 of this series, and that was with him shooting 9 for 21. Very inefficient shooting game from Jokic. Still put up 55 DK points. He only played 33 minutes, too. He did lose some minutes because of the blowout. Obviously, if this game's competitive, we can expect, like, 38, 39 minutes for Jokic. So, Jokic definitely looks like one of the best pay-up options on the slate. Jamal Murray looks like a really good mid-range guard option. He's going to play huge minutes here. He was great in Game 1 of this series. I'm expecting close to 40 minutes from Jamal Murray. Usage is going to be great. At 8K, I think he's still a very solid option. I mean, he's been so good in the playoffs. The role has been so good. The minutes have been through the roof. There's really nothing negative you can say about Jamal Murray right now. So Jokic, Murray, both look great. Don't mind Aaron Gordon either. The rest of the Nuggets, I'm not super interested in. Now, on the other side of this game with Phoenix, I mean, for Phoenix, you're really just kind of considering the quote-unquote big 4 here of KD, Booker, Paul, and Ayton. Really, No one else on this Phoenix team it looks super appealing. They did start Josh Okogie last game, but he only played 19 minutes. So, like, I don't think he's a guy that I'm really looking to for value. If he does start again, I think he's okay, but the bench guys from Phoenix just aren't getting enough playing time. Like, Phoenix is really reliant on their main guys for all the minutes. And we're seeing Kevin Durant, Devin Booker play massive minutes. Last game, KD played 36 minutes, which was way low for him. We saw in that Clipper series, KD was playing like 34, 35 minutes a night. So, or not 34, but 44, 45 minutes a night. So I think we can expect, especially with them already down a game in the series, I think we can expect KD to play like 43, 44 minutes here. And 9,500, very strong pay-up option. Nothing negative to say about KD. Devin Booker at 9,200, I think looks solid as well. He played 40 minutes last game, and that was with him losing some minutes because of the blowout. Probably would have played more than 40 minutes had the game been competitive. I mean, Booker's been great in the playoffs. He's been great even playing with Kevin Durant. The usage for Booker has still been really good. There's really nothing negative you can say about Booker here. I think both Booker and KD look like strong options. Between the two, I give a slight lean to KD, but it's really close. I think they both project very similarly. And then Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, both as mid-range options, I'm fine with. Chris Paul played 32 minutes in Game 1. He was not great, but we've seen in the playoffs so far, Chris Paul has played really big minutes. He obviously lost some minutes last game as well because of the blowout. If we're getting 37, 38 minutes from Chris Paul, which I'm assuming we're going to get if this game's competitive, Chris Paul can outperform this salary when he's playing like 37, 38 minutes a night. He's definitely not a priority for me on this slate, but I'm fine going to him if he fits into my builds. And then DeAndre Ayton, I don't love this matchup against Jokic, and there's obviously a lot of foul trouble risk, but I know Ayton has had some good games against Jokic in the past, and I think they're going to need Ayton out there to defend Jokic. So, like, I think as long as he avoids foul trouble, Ayton is going to play a lot. We haven't really seen Ayton post many good games since Kevin Durant arrived, and really ever since Kevin Durant arrived, Ayton's usage has gone way down. But I think Ayton's going to play a lot at 6,200. If he's going to play like 36, 37, 38 minutes, there's a path to him having a good game here. Kind of similar to Chris Paul. He's not a priority for me, but I think he's a fine play. Definitely, though, two favorite plays on Phoenix are for sure, KD and Booker. And really, the stars in this game look great. Jokic, KD, Booker, Murray. I like all those guys quite a bit today. So I think that's it for this two-game slate, guys. I think we kind of covered everything. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, though. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And go check out PrizePicks, a sponsor of the video. You guys can sign up for PrizePicks. You can use my promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. When you sign up with my promo code, be sure to check out PrizePicks if you have not yet. But wish you guys the best of luck on this slate, this two-gamer. Appreciate you guys watching the video, as always, and supporting the content. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.